Welcome back, Kingsmen, to another Napoleon Total War 3 battle. This one was sent in by, I believe the French player, and I will get his name at the end of the video. But this one is a 4v4, sounds epic. It sounds like it was a massive fight for these LOCs, and what we got today, guys, is a French-Polish-Denmark coalition force, alliance force. They usually say coalition for the UK side. But you have very not elite, but very, very good infantry comps on all four of these factions. They all are really solid stats. I mean, Poland, of course, is bringing not as many lancers as usual. They're actually bringing a good amount of infantry, some grenadiers, and some really good infantry here. It looks like we have a Spanish Guerilla faction who is already ambushing them, taking some pot shots at this line. I don't think they have a whole lot of cav to defend them, so this cav may try to rush them. Also have some lights in line infantry, and I believe some artillery right here with the spikes. Well placed by Spain. I'm going to slow it down because we want to, of course, look at these unit comps as they're going through. So, like I said, we have one French faction that's holding some LOCs. You have another French faction way back here is reinforcing, as well as Denmark. And Denmark can bring usually a lot of infantry, and they're not the best infantry, but Denmark is actually bringing some solid line infantry. Almost all can form square, and someone was asking me how you can tell if they form square. If you look to the left, right below the 8, the Denmark 8, the red thing, there's a little square, and that means they can form square. And as you can see, almost all of these infantry can form square. I don't think there's actually any that can't. In fact, I believe they brought a general assault column as well, a massive unit of infantry that can. Where are they? Where is it? I know it's here. I'll find it. I'm sure I'll find it. Maybe it's right there. But it was a massive infantry unit of Denmark line infantry, and they can form square, and they are going to pack a punch, let me tell you. Now, of course, France is also bringing a very well-rounded army, as you can see. Not as many people can form square. As you can see, there's not a square next to it, and that's not everything, of course, but you have to pay attention to that when enemy cav is around. Now, we also have UK, as you can see, the Spanish Guerilla faction, the Reich, the Germans, of course, and Saxony, as you would say. But of course, like I said, this battle does pop off well, and there is a cav charge from France with some hussars instantly driving away these rebel civilian line infantry. Now, Spain also is setting up in this forest, which is really good because forests do slow down cav, and it looks like they have several light infantry because they have a lot of stakes right here, which looks like they are determined to hold this LOC. Now, we have seen this map before, and it was a map with Russia. Of course, this is not Russia at all on this map, and oh, I love this position that Spain has just put themselves in. They have some volunteers. Look at these guys. Just looking so awesome. And then, of course, this is a massive 87 skirmishers. Now, these guys have good accuracy, terrible morale. They can move fast, although not that fast. They're an S3. But you can see there's even more of them. There's some lancers going to help defend against the French incursion, as it were. And on this side, I love how aggressive this battle is. In fact, I think the lancers may be trying to go against some hussars. I don't see a whole lot from Poland pushing up here, but they are going to charge them, and I don't think they're going to catch them, to be honest. Although, wow, Spain is showing a strong front of cav here. They had some of their banditos, some cav unit break. They probably were trying to defend the skirmishers. Over here, look at this. Look who came out of the woodwork. Some more Spanish cavalry. I love this guerrilla tactics here. They're going to go against some dragoons, though, some French dragoons, and they're not going to do well. They're going to get instantly crushed, unfortunately, as France is going to squelch. I think that's a word, right? That's a word you can use. This Spanish guerrilla cav. Now, they're going to try to get out of there, but unfortunately, they're probably going to get run down. They weren't able to get out of there in time, and they're pretty cheap units, but they are going to be unable to, do some real hard-hitting hits. You want to take out artillery, you want to take out general, and they're not going to be able to do that. Now, of course, that means that France is going to have to be very, very cautious looking in all of these trees for the Spanish guerrillas. Now, these guys are going. Where are they going? They're going right for a ton of cav. Denmark is like, yeah, you're not going to take this direction. And France from here is like, yeah, I dare you to cross this river. I dare you. I'm not sure where they're going. They are at least giving them a good eye as to what their attack should be. They're going to let their allies see what's happening here. Now, they do have some artillery still firing over here. The Reich and Saxony and UK seem to be forming up right here. They have a strong position over here with Spain already holding there. And it looks like France is actually not even advancing. They are stopping and not going to attack. So it's like Spain's actually got their cav out of there. I'm surprised they're able to save their cav. France is pushing over a couple units of line infantry. Not a whole lot, and I'd be very cautious being France, not pushing over and isolating yourself in this LOC. But they have definitely got the main objectives. Poland has formed up in the center. They have artillery that looks like they may be pulling back. And France is going to pull back to this river line, actually. I think they didn't like being shelled by Spain. So this battle does take a little bit to get going, unfortunately. In fact, I don't see a whole lot of scouting even from this French alliance. None of the cav is scouting. Let's try to fast forward a little bit and see if we can't get things moving along here. Now, there is an LOC they're going to take over here. So they can take that LOC. They can take this LOC if they haven't taken it. But still, the French have 1, 2, 3, 7. 7 LOC. See, Kingston can count. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or so 9 versus 7. No, 8 versus 7. I just said I could count, and I just didn't count very well. So right now, France actually has to do some pushing out. They are not going to win an LOC victory, so it's going to be down to what they can do to push. Spain still being an annoyance to France here, and I don't know who is going to push out here. It looks like Spain actually has a lot of cav pushing up. This is not the greatest cav, it's Lancers, but it's going to be pushing up. Over there, it looks like France is trying to chase down these Spanish cav, and they may have caught one of them, I'm not sure. But these Lancers are actually pushing up. They better be cautious because I think France is going to set up their artillery in a very strong position, as well as over here setting up, going after some infantry, some sappers. And this battle needs to start. Kingston needs this battle to go. I need this battle to start going. No one fighting.
I've taken a building, sir.
Good job, taking a building. All right. Usually there's a big fight around this area. I'm surprised that France is sitting back, being very defensive. That is a common Napoleon total war tactic, is not wanting to advance, wanting to sit. Although, when you attack, you have the initiative. So here we got some rebel civilians, some skirmishers pushing up. Now, France has sent some cav over here that can maybe flank around this force here. But France isn't going to have a whole lot of line of sight. They need to get some cav up here. They need to scout. They have very good quality cavalry. So they are wasting a lot of resources chasing down this Spanish cav. And maybe I don't blame them. They're going to go in for a cav charge. They're probably breaking these guys instantly. Or maybe not. They may be able to break both of them, but they're actually going to lose some of their cav. So Spain may be able to take this. If they can win, that is a huge victory for Spain, but I don't think they are. I think they're going to finally get rid of the pesky rebels. And, man, this battle. So France is still not advancing. They have the initiative. Oh, it looks like Poland may be trying to push around here. Now, France better watch out, because Spain may be trying to charge them, and they don't have a whole lot. Now, they could draw them into a trap and have these Polish Lancers. If you look at this, Polish Lancers flank them, and Spain is committing a lot here. That may be an unwise decision, as now they're going to get flanked, and if they charge them, they're going to flank them. So this is not looking good for Spain right now. as they're going to lose all of their cav. They got encircled by France, and France was able to draw them into the trap in this opening. And now they have the cavalry advantage. Some artillery may be dueling each other here. We have a, looks like a howitzer, which is very good for stationary troops. Going to do a lot of hurt. Let's see here. Look at that. Some hurt. Don't go for the artillery. That's a 1 in a million shot to actually be able to hurt artillery. I'd go for these cav right here, or these line infantry that are bunched up right here. You know? I've said it once, I'll say it again. Artillery versus artillery, it will take forever. The mod does not really give you a whole lot of leeway when it comes to shooting other artillery. It's super rare to actually get a hit. Now, you can hit infantry more likely. Hitting the actual artillery is very, very difficult to do. And it looks like they're hitting some line infantry in front. But it looks like they're duking it out for the artillery. Maybe that's all they can see is artillery. And so that's why they're shooting. But this battle is taking a very long time to start. And it looks like Poland actually is finally pushing out here. And Spain may have been too aggressive here. They don't have anyone that can form a square. I would take advantage of that. I push some cav up. There's a lot of infantry, but okay, there's someone that can form a square. They may want to get, oh wow. That's a lot of Spanish troops. The artillery is going to have a field day with that, let me tell you. And Spain is showing up. Now, you got to be kidding me. There's some more Spanish banditos that are circling around the side here. And I'm not sure what Spain is trying to do here. They may be trying to be a little bit more aggressive here. They've lost a lot more than their French opponent has, and that's Denmark cav here. Some dragoons, which they brought a decent amount of dragoons. And it looks like actually maybe the hussars are looking for some easy cannon kills. They know there's artillery from Spain over here. Over here, it looks like the banditos are going to get caught out. And, man, no one wants to make a move. A stagnant battle where no one wants to do the first commitment. Someone has to.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Okay, so they took the 4-pointer. Good for them. Oh, it looks like France actually got some units broken by the banditos. That is a change for a pace, you know. We got some artillery from the UK. What do we got here? We got some 9-pounders. Gonna start basically an artillery duel. Basically, it's working in the French alliance favor. They're letting their reinforcements come up. They're letting themselves form up, set up for a massive push. They have better infantry, especially since there is a guerrilla faction from Spain here. So it's going to be in their favor that they can push up with all their line infantry. Looks like actually Spain is getting really aggressive though here, pushing up some skirmishers, going to start shooting. Look at this. They're getting really close and personal. Looks like Poland's going to move up some cav, which I would do, run down these guys. Oh, hold on. Hold on, fellas. Sound, we got to jump it up. No, doesn't fix it. Usually that fixes it. Interesting. That is unfortunate, because that's what you want to hear. Oh, come on. Well, unfortunately, there is no volley of shots. Oh, but here come the cav, guys. And like I said, Spain pushing up without any cav to defend themselves is trouble. Now, maybe they will be able to get some shots off. But it looks like, oh my goodness, Spain just popped out of nowhere. But they're going to lose a lot of infantry to this cav here. I'm just going to keep it at the higher sound, unfortunately. It is what it is. And they're going to start hitting. I would form square here. They're going to start shooting at the Polish cav, but, wow. So they lost just one light infantry here. But still, There's the sounds. So it looks like actually Spain really did push up. They got to watch out for some cav over in the back here. But this line battle may be finally starting on this side. If I was Poland, I would push up. Push up here. Just start encircling them and letting the cav get in here. It looks like cav's going in. But some skirmishers actually popping some shots off here. Be very cautious here. I would actually... Oh, here comes Saxony with some heavy cuirassiers of their own. Oh, man. Leveling the playing field, as it were. And this French cav, they're probably not paying attention here. They're going to get slaughtered. Over here, it looks like Poland is still seems scared to fight these guys. They seem very scared to fight them. And these howitzers are still firing at this artillery piece. Have they done any damage? They've killed 5 men. But here goes some cav pushing up here. That's what you want to see. Pushing up here, cav charge. Oh yes, cav charge. And they are going to slaughter these units. Instantly routing them. They're going to get a massive rout, break them, go for these lights, and Spain can't really deal with the cav. I would have been very cautious pushing up without your cavalry. This is why you need cav support. And it looks like finally you're starting to see... Oh, wow. These guys have really been brutalized by this artillery piece from France here. These guys need to start shooting at infantry. They really need to start shooting at some infantry. Howitzers are going to do well against fixed infantry units like this. Still nothing over here. I'm really surprised. Although it looks like maybe France is going to push across. I would do that. Just be very, very cautious. Use your cav. Scout out. This is a good setup for Poland. Able to have field of fire against all of the Spanish troops. I do see some Saxony cav pushing up here. The heavy cav. They're definitely going to hold on to this LOC now. But, yeah. These infantry are getting really close. Better watch out for another cav charge. They have some Polish lancers. I would hide them. Like, I would put them right here. Just right here. And then charge down upon these lights. The perfect target here. Now this battle is starting to heat up here. We've got a lot of Saxon and German cav. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do here. Some... Ooh, I would charge. No, don't charge. That's a bait right there. Here we go. This is what I said. Maybe. Nope, they're not going to do it. They're just scaring off Spain, so Spain can't set up. I would set these infantry right on the side. Watch out for this Polish and French cavalry, and then let your skirmishers shoot. You know. Got some guerrillas shooting again, and this battle is just taking a while. It's been 18 minutes into this battle, and just a lot of artillery still just fighting back and forth. Oh wow, look at this. France snuck some chasseurs cheval, some lights all the way behind, and they're going to utilize them probably at some point. Maybe take out a general, take out some artillery. But look at this, these guys... they did go for a cav charge, but it did not work very well for them, unfortunately. It would seem that they actually got routed by some light infantry. And oh, here comes another cav charge from Denmark, maybe trying to... Ooh. They may break one, but I tell you what, that's going to break them so fast. They need to be going around the flank. You never charge head on with... cav, you're just going to get volleyed to pieces, especially by skirmishers. These infantry are getting blasted into oblivion. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. UK and Saxony just, I think, gave a nice volley to the French cavalry, and now they are pulling back. They're like, yeah, we found them. Infantry, go do your part. And now the light infantry is going to start advancing. They're like, well, we found the enemy. It's time to advance. Time to put an end to this. And in the center, still nothing. I would love to see the center advance, but maybe they're just holding the center and pushing around a flank. That is also good. They can hold this river maybe, although these guys are going to start getting skirmished down. Maybe that's why they are setting up or taking their artillery back. Now, of course, we have some French artillery. We have 4 guns that are going to start doing some damage. Of course, they're also going to get skirmished down by Spain. And Spain has a lot of skirmishing capabilities in this. Oh, we have another cav maybe trying to charge in. This is going to maybe go well, maybe not. They can probably break the skirmishers, but they're probably going to break. Yeah. Over here, the Reich is not really pushing. They're just getting shelled. And also, it looks like I like that they are pushing on this flank. They know what's over here, sort of. They have cav to scout. They need to push on this initiative. They know what's over here, and that is Spain and the Reich. Artillery moved back out of danger, and it looks like actually Poland is going to just let them maybe push across and then hit them. Here we go, a massive cav force pushing across this river, thinking they can't beat some sense into these Spanish troops to maybe, you know, not fight them. Got some dragoons. Here they go, here they go. Oh, yes. I love all the cav play across, and they're just going to butcher these light skirmishers and then push through and go for some other units. They're going to, of course, get volleyed. You don't want to lose this dragoon unit. Run them away. They're going to get shot. They're going to go and hit a square, fall on back before it's too late. Unfortunately, that is a massive cav unit. A lot of cav left, 66 still. More cav from Denmark going in, but they're going against some squares. Spain being very, very aware of all the cav going. Although Denmark's probably going to get these guys out of here, I hope. Using the road to quickly get their men to and from the position. Oh man, look at this artillery unit though. They have been getting butchered. And there's only 8 of them left, so you can see with time and patience you can rout artillery. Still setting up over here. But they are setting up, which means they are going to fight. Denmark and France. Looks like someone's going to go into the first wave. They're going in maybe in waves. Oh, Saxony actually pushing up here. Very interested to see what Saxony's trying to do here. Maybe they have more units in the trees. Just have grenadiers and some muskets. And actually, they're going to fall back now. I don't see a lot of cav. But, ooh, here we go, guys. The Chasseur Cheval sneaking around. Maybe going to go for some artillery. Now, you got to be cautious because Saxony has some cav guarding their own guns. And Saxony needs to charge them right now or else they're not going to save these guns. Please tell me they see him. Oh, no. This is perfect. Sneaking in. They're not paying attention. Saxony's probably multitasking somewhere else. And the guns are going to get immediately hit. And their guns are gone. Well played by the Spanish or the French player. Being able to rout one and then maybe go for more guns. Going for some pioneers. Saxony also now noticing, but maybe it won't be soon enough as France is just going to push for more Saxon guns here. Saxony trying to run their men into the square they're forming.
Our men are running, sir. And
they did get one of the guns. Now, they are advancing against the UK. UK has some artillery setting up. No, sorry, Saxony's setting up some artillery here. This is going to be a very strong position. And they're already at the first volley off. The thing you gotta remember, guys, is UK only has a range of 65. French have a range of 70. They can actually sit slightly back and volley the UK player, and UK would have to then force to advance. France, or Poland falling back, letting Spain push across, and actually Spain is going for the guns. Sending a bayonet charge of some line infantry, and they are going to maybe hit these guns. And France is not going to get their infantry out in time. They did send some cav in maybe to save their artillery, but I don't know if it's enough. As they're... Oh, they're going to break. Maybe the artillery is saved. Nope, they're not. That is unfortunate. And let these skirmishers do some volleying. Hit this. No, they're going to break as well, probably, to this cav. Over here, though, the battle is getting up. UK player does have their lines pretty stretched out, guys. Stretched out versus France, who is bunching them into columns. They're not going to have much firepower, but they're going to have good morale. And France already has excellent morale, so this is going to be very good for them. They did go in for a cav charge trying to take out the guns. I can't tell if they did or not. I think they did. Yep. The 8-pounder did break to cav, which is very well played on Spain. Or, sorry, France. Gosh, I can't get my factions. Now, look at this, though. Saxony going on the flank. Getting some solid volleys. Thankfully, Denmark did bring some really good infantry. So, this will be very interesting to see who can hold. Now, I don't see a whole lot of UK reserves, and that could be a problem, as France has some reserves, which is swinging around instead to try to flank Saxony. Saxony probably sees it and is going to try to reform their line. Over here, the battle has kind of tapered off for a little bit here. The Polish legions falling back. They lost some artillery, so now it's kind of just waiting maybe to see what happens on this side as this line battle is getting up. Cavalry going in for a cav charge, but they did form square, and that is going to hurt this cav unit massively. UK always able to form square. However, they did follow it up with some infantry doing a bayonet charge, and that is one thing that you always want to do, because infantry in a square cannot fight well against a bayonet charge from infantry. As you can see, they're wavering and they're going to break. And also they did some Marine Guard who charged in the flank, and UK is in trouble here. They may want to send their cav in to stop these Dragoons. But Dragoons are cav killers, guys. Dragoons are always cav killers. They will kill any cav, and the UK are in trouble here as Spain did a sneaky one. Hopefully the UK can save this, start volleying these Marines as they're trying to do a bayonet charge here. And I hear some more cav going in for a bayonet, or from a cav charge here. And this is going terribly for the UK here. Their whole right flank is starting to break. They're sending in the Dragoons, but their line infantry are breaking. They have to send some units, and this is when I'm pushing the center. They have to shift units over here. And all this cav pushing up is going to be huge, as this line is just starting to break to all of the cavalry that France is pushing up. Well played by the Denmark and French player. Now it looks like UK is pushing over their cavalry. Now a flanking cav charge from these Dragoons. They need to send in these Dragoon Guard. That's a very large unit. Hopefully they can save this flank, because they have to save this flank. All of this line infantry just broke. It looks like the Reich actually may be shifting over some troops or going for the attack. This is a weak flank from France. Does have a weak flank here, actually. They don't have a whole lot. Maybe the Reich has realized that because there's so many French units over here. More cav going in against Saxony. These guys cannot form square, or some of them cannot form square. This is looking very, very disastrous for Saxony. The UK coalition is in trouble here. They are forming up to hopefully keep this flanking force. Although they're double stacked, that's going to give them excellent morale. They're able to hold for forever. And UK has got to reform as France is pushing. You need to get this cav out of here, try to save this front, get these infantry, push them up, possibly. Maybe they're just throwing this cav to help save this battle. Now they are shooting into their own cavalry units. But they are pushing, and it looks like actually UK is going to fall back their cav here. And thankfully Saxony has some more reserves. They can plug in this gap. These guys were hurt by those bayonet charges, but doing well. And actually, like I said, guys, this cavalry is just being tenacious, breaking Saxony in the center. And the UK, they gotta form more bunched columns like this if they want to hold for a longer period of time. Because France is definitely doing some solid pushes. About to get another volley and just oof, causing the coalition to have to shift over so much. They need some cav to charge these guys. These guys cannot form square. They just volley. This is the perfect time to charge them with some cavalry of your own. Saxony is not holding up well. Look at this, though. UK bringing some infantry over, flanking this French force. This could be huge if they can get some volleys off. Get this cav, stretch them out this far, and just hit this line. Wait for them to volley this infantry, and then just charge them. You will break them so fast. Over here, it looks like the Reich did push up, and there's not a whole lot holding, but it has some really good Spanish, or some really good French line infantry. They also have some artillery that's going to be blasting them, and that's a problem. That is a problem for this Reich player. Although, they did break this artillery. Wow. This is when you get those howitzers involved. I would get this cav ready, heal them up a little, or rest them up a little bit, and then just push for the center. These are not the greatest quality of line infantry from France. They wait for them, like I said, wait for them to volley, charge your cav in, hit multiple units at once. You will break them. Now over here, Denmark's reserve is going to hold this UK push. Some excellent volleys, and actually Denmark is going to be in trouble. They're not going to hold very well. This is a really good unit of UK line infantry, and actually looks like Saxony pulled back just ever so slightly to force France to have to advance again. Kind of hitting them right in the center here, and causing Denmark to actually break, and France may want to reconsider pushing right now. They may want to fix this side. It looks like they're actually going to fall back. Excellent job from the UK, putting pressure on the flank. And here goes that cav charge I was talking about, fellas. Oh my goodness, pushing for line infantry. Unfortunately, these guys are going to be able to shoot. And these guys are going to be able to shoot. Maybe not. Now you got to watch out, because whether or not this player intends for it, their line infantry may start firing while in melee, which is a little bit unfortunate, because that kind of is an exploit of the game. Not saying that this player is using it, but the UK waiting for that cav charge. Excellent job there. The Reich fell back over here. They took out the artillery, and now they have the artillery advantage. Spain here pushing across. I would not sit in this riverbed. That is going to slow down the reloading speed of your infantry, but it does give you shelter. Look at this. They're hiding. Their infantry are not being shot at. Maybe that's what they're doing. Just forcing Spain to hold a bunch of troops here instead of helping out in this line battle, although they are winning over here. Now, of course, you can see Denmark is hurting over here, and I think they're actually going to fall back. Put in some fresh troops here on this line battle. Saxony, I would fall back on this side. This is not a side you can easily win unless you push on this flank. This flank shows great promise here. These line infantry did come back, but they're pretty badly bloodied, as are these French units. And the name of the game right now is just waiting. France, I mean, they have 22 minutes left. It's going to come down to LOC, I think. I don't think it's going to be a one-army routing, but anything can happen in 22 minutes. Like I said, they don't have a lot of... their artillery is not... They don't have artillery superiority here anymore. Their artillery is actually starting to break. They have Denmark artillery, a Polish artillery, and that is... Okay, they have some artillery over here, which actually are picking apart this UK infantry. These guys need to pull back. They're not within range. They're going to slaughter. They're going to get slaughtered by artillery. They're going to be driven from the field. So fall back, which they're doing. And maybe this flank can be pushed. I think Spain could make a solid push here. If they have cav, use this road, follow it down, hit artillery, and then push up. Over here, still a line battle of sorts. UK still in this fight, though. They need artillery over here. Maybe they have a 9-pounder that was over here. I don't know if they broke. I think they did break. And they don't have the artillery in the center, unfortunately. Saxony does still have some guns, so if the UK could fall back to here, hold the LOC, and just wait it out. Over here, it looks very stagnant. Actually, Saxony is shooting still. Not getting a ton of kills, but they are getting some kills. Shooting some of these line infantry, causing them to die. And that's disconcerting. And it looks like France has decided it is time. Time to advance to the attack. And UK is once again going to get a chance to redeem themselves. These guys are not firing yet. Maybe because they were in melee before, and so they're not going to fire, or they're not within range. For whatever the reason. They need to hold that line battle. Over here, I'm not sure if maybe the Reich is just letting their artillery blast away at this line. But it's working. That's for sure. It is working. This whole side has been kind of stagnant. Like I said, these guys are hidden in the riverbed. You can see there's nothing that can hit them right now. Using the train to their advantage, that is a very excellent move. A very excellent move? What is that? So, France better not try to go for this house. And I'll tell you why. If they charge men into this house, half of the men are probably going to still be outside. And then this cav unit is going to charge them. And they're also getting shot at close range. Every shot is telling. They're going to break. France should not attack this house yet. They need to wait and see how this line battle goes first. They are going to go in. Saxony needs to do a bayonet charge. Or, why do I always call catch or bayonet charge? I don't know what's wrong. Watch. They're going to charge. Uh-oh. Did the game freeze for them? So they're going to, it's lagging out. They're going to do a cav charge. Saxony knows about this. They're going to do a cav charge. They are going to hit these guys in the back, and it's going to cause them to break very quickly. Not sure why there's such a lag. That is weird. They did a cav charge and are going to hit these infantry, and they are going to be concerned, tacked in the rear, and they probably will not hold. They may still take it, though, because the cav did retreat. But they're going to lose a lot of infantry trying to take this house. Over here, UK is starting to break. Nope, more cav going in on the side here. Maybe gonna... No, well, what are they going to do? What are they doing? That is the question. So they're going to charge a square probably here. No, they're not. The square is an excellent way to keep the cav away. And I think they took it. Over here, UK is once again hurting, but this time they're actually bloodying France. And also, UK is pushing right here. Look at this. They are pushing on the flank. France is having to force to hold some units in reserve. And this time, they are actually starting to hurt a little bit. Over here, Reich and the Reich player, German Reich, is pushing, using their howitzers, trying to even the odds. I would wait. You have the artillery advantage. You only have 17 minutes left. You need to take this. They did do a cav charge here, broke some Denmark units. I would push these infantry across. The problem is you have French units in the house who are just going to shoot this cavalry and cause them to break as they're wavering already. UK is not doing well. These units need to push up and hold this line. This line is starting to break here. And France may actually take this. If they can break this line, it's going to be over. They can take this LOC, push across. It's an open road for them. This battle has been very long. That is one thing that is certain. Oh, we have some cav, some heavy cav going against Saxony. This is not good. Saxony not paying attention, unfortunately. Some dragoons going against some hussars. And you would want the dragoons to go up against the dragoons. However, you have heavy cav that can hit the side. But here goes a massive cav battle in the side here. Come on, Saxony, throw them in. They're going to throw in that cav. Maybe break this French cavalry who's already been engaged. And maybe they can still win this flank as the... Oh, look at this. The Reich pushed up a ton of cavalry. Yep, they're going to win this, hopefully. Poland is pushing over, but... Ooh, these guys are going to get encircled. Over here, Spain has decided they're going to push. They have called the advance. Saxony still holding some of the LOC. It looks like they're actually going to fall back again. They need to hold this LOC. Spain pushing across with some really good units of infantry. France is still getting shelled, but this is the telling mark here. The Reich has pushed across, going to hopefully flank. Here's some cavalry here, finally doing what I want to see, which is using the road and taking out some cannon. Please tell me they're going to make it, because I want to see this. They have to go single file, you know. And yep, they are going to go in for the guns with some cavalry, using that road with their dragoons. And Poland may be able to take out this cav, but they're going to lose their infantry, their artillery here. As Saxony was able to save their flank from France. Over here, France is pushing with Denmark still. Saxony trying to reform their line. The UK is still pushing on this flank here, but they're not doing the greatest anymore. So France definitely is winning on this side. It's a slow battle, though. And my son wants in. Saxony, unfortunately, waiting for a cav charge against some units that could form square here. I don't know who's going to win this, actually. France has reserves, which they can push up, so it's going to be interesting to see who wins. Some cav from France going against some infantry who cannot form square. Infantry running, trying to get out of there. These guys can form square, so I'd be very cautious with this cav. And they are forming square. And that's not the greatest play right now for France. They have to be patient. The Reich needs to push on this flank here. If they push right here, pouring some volley fire on the flank, that can be huge. France has taken this house. But the UK are not out of this fight yet. They got some Saxon artillery that can start blasting this weak line. Saxony still has the units here. And we got to remember, guys, France is hurt. They have been fighting a massive line battle, and now Denmark and France are going to have to take on some more Saxon units. Some of these guys are fresh still. Saxony is pushing up here. Good for them. They're pushing up. They need to push up with their ally. And they have a concern. Here comes the Reich pushing up with some really good units of line infantry here. Pushing on their flank, and looks like Poland is going to have to fill in this flank. They do have a lot of cav here, so they can still take this. Guys, it's coming down to the wire. 12 minutes left. If they hold this, but they lose this, it won't matter that they took this. They still are going to lose. Saxony is pushing up here. What are they doing? Form up and get some volleys off. Denmark has a very solid position on you. Has the extra firepower from this massive line that is going to start dropping units. Oh, they're going for a bayonet charge here, guys. This is risky. These guys are already wavering. But bayonet charge from some musketeers. They're also going for the house. I think they realize they have to try to take this house. That's a massive risk that I don't think you can afford to lose this house. Or you can't lose this battle because, ooh, that is risky. UK still holding next to these artillery. It looks like Spain is now on their own as the Reich lost a lot of infantry, but the Reich is pushing up with their infantry on this side. Taking on some sappers, who, such small unit size, it takes only one volley at close range to maybe break them. Oh, wow. We got some infantry here who are getting bayonet charged. And Polish elite units are going to do well here. As the Reich pushing up maybe isn't going to be the greatest thing for them here. Spain maybe has to push here. Oh, some Cav counter-charging. Reich Cav. Denmark going in, defending the flank. They need to push here. They need to put pressure everywhere at once. This howitzer... Oh, what? Oh, no. Poland going in for the Spanish general. That is a huge loss. But look at this. Spain does have some artillery now that's going to be punched in here, but they're going to get charged by some Polish Cav here. Not even able to get in the fight. And that's looking messy for them. Over here, some Cav battle. Unfortunately, it looks like Saxony's Cav's going to get outflanked. And France is going to take this part of the field. Over here, Denmark and France have made a solid push. Saxony is falling back. And over here, France is going to take this. And there's only 10 minutes left. And I would say this is going to be a French victory. However, this Saxon Cav, guys, this Saxon Cav is doing massive work here. Doing God's work. Taking on so many units of French cavalry. Look at this. They broke a ton of units and controlled this flank. This is a really good Saxon Cav unit. I'm telling you this. They are winning decisively here. Saxon did lose their general, though. So now it's just a defense. France can defend this, I think. Saxony, once again, holding their position. Once again, France going for the position. France has been attacking constantly. Their units are hurt, and they're getting flanked here. The UK going in for a flanking volley here. I would move this Saxon Cav up. But Saxony is hurt. And Saxony, they need to push their Cav over here. They're chalking a square, which is getting volleyed now. And this Saxon Cav unit has done a lot of work here. 134 units, now they have 67. They're doing really well. Over here, Spain still pushing, doing the good fight. They have artillery sitting right here, doing excellent work here. France now going to try to probably push around the flank, try to take out whatever the Reich has left. And the UK is not out of this fight here. And maybe... Oh, we got some Cav and units of infantry doing a bayonet charge going against Saxony as they're forming square. Oh, that's going to look messy for them for sure. But I think they're going to hold. I think the UK are finished on this flake. Denmark doing an excellent job of holding. And I don't think that France even needs to push. Better watch out for the UK flanking them, though. Yeah, so the Reich has a couple units left, but this weak French army is going to probably push on them. And here goes some bayonet charges from France going in on these Spanish forces, going in for some artillery. Excellent use of the infantry charging a position. And this battle is going to be a definitive victory, decisive victory, I think is the word for it. Excuse me. My voice is getting a little hoarse from talking. So now it's just going to be a push. I'm going to fast forward here as Saxony is just going to keep pushing here. The UK, or sorry, Saxony is going to keep falling back. Denmark and France are going to keep pushing. Spain is gone over here, and the Reich is going to fall back. It could have been a decisive victory for the other player now. It could have been a decisive victory, I should say, for this UK coalition. But unfortunately, they weren't able to make decisive pushes. They were losing the line battle over here. And that's okay. You know, you learn every battle that you play. I mean, they lost a lot of units. Their cav, the cav from France, I almost called them Spain. The cav from France was able to do some decisive work, charging the line battle. Over here, cav play on both sides. I love the guerrilla tactics from the Spanish player. Always cool to see that because you don't see it very often. Everybody does the traditional line battles. Over here, it looks like Saxony is going to be driven back. They are routing some more units of France, but over here, it looks like France has won. And they are going to be able to just push them back. They've won, though. They've taken the LOC. It doesn't matter if these guys stay whole. Unless they can break them and take this LOC, they're going to lose. So now we fast forward to the end. And Saxony is starting to break and waver here. Saxony has some infantry coming out of the woodwork, as well as the UK. I kind of feel like the coalition was kind of split up a little bit. Saxony and the UK worked together, and the French alliance was together. They stuck together. They backed each other up. Denmark was able to do some excellent defending the flank of France, throwing in some infantry and cav when needed for France. And this battle is going to be decisively over. Decisive victory. A costly victory, I'd say. Of course, you have a last stand of the Reich, holding as best they can. They're not going to do well. They have the long lines, which are going to give them really good firepower. But there's a minute left. So it's going to be over pretty quickly here.
We have taken a building, sir.
Good for you. And I think it's going to be bayonet charge at this point, which we can get because bayonet charges are epic. And 22 seconds left. Let's just skip ahead. That's it. Excellent victory. This was sent in by Blitzkrieg. It looks like they're playing in a clan. So good teamwork together on that. Yeah. Some solid kills, but this one line infantry did really well. The general line infantry. So, yeah. Just a couple quick things before I close this video. First, I wanted to say I am sorry for not being consistent with videos with the baby. We had the baby like 3 weeks ago, and it's been a little tough to pump out videos in the first couple weeks when you have an infant, so that's why I've not been. I will get back into the routine, I promise. I go back to work tomorrow, so get back into the regular routine of Saturday, a stream, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday videos. So I will get back into that this coming weekend. And that's about it. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.